Hello and welcome to the show. So we are leaving HEB in Frisco, Texas. We're going to head over to Done Right Auto Glass because I would like for them to look at and, if necessary, repair this rock chip up here in the glass. Coming out of HEB here in Frisco, we've got 380 and 423 intersecting. This is always a fun experiment because there are no protected turns, lights, or anything like that. The Tesla has to negotiate pretty busy traffic coming from both directions. It's usually so hairy, I don't even like doing it as a driver. So it'll be fun to see how the Tesla handles that situation. And with that, let's get started. We're going to start FSD here, back on up out of this parking spot and head out of here. Now, on these drives, I don't like to intervene unless it's just a critical safety issue. I like to see what the Tesla tries to do. Sometimes I watch it, go down a road that I wouldn't go down. So it'll be fun to see what kind of decisions are made here. So we have a pretty short trip here, 65 degrees outside. This is a 2023 Tesla Model X running 13.2.8 FSD. All right, we've already got some traffic. I do notice that when starting FSD from park, it's always a little hesitant. It picks up these objects. You can see the orange here. Picked up the pedestrian coming to the right there and stopped. So it does a good job of picking up objects around, people, things that are going on. I've not even once come close to hitting a person or an animal. So again, a little cautious here. I don't think it needed to back up, but I'm not going to argue with the car. It has the camera, so let's go. Keep on going there. All right, Tess, good job. All right, so we're going to hang a left here, and we're going to follow this path here, and you can see it's red here, but it looks pretty clear out here, so we'll see. All right, coming to a stop here. It says always stop, and yeah, I agree. There are 4 stop signs, in fact. All right, slowing down for the speed bump. I love that. Another always stop. Easy. Let's go. I did go ahead and schedule the appointment over at Supreme Wraps to get that ceramic tint put on the front. I think we're going to go 70%, which is a little dark. Should provide a little privacy for people looking in, but most importantly, it's going to block the UV and infrared from coming through the glass here, keeping the cabin nice and cool, especially in the summertime here in Dallas, Texas. All right, so taking this right-hand turn here, I can see traffic is heavy coming from the left, not as heavy coming from the right. So as you can see here, 2 lanes coming from the left, 2 lanes coming from the right. It's quite busy, no protection. So the Tesla is going to have to be assertive, making safe decisions here. So I'm gonna let it go with it and see what happens. It's probably gonna take a few minutes to get out of here, so we'll see. There is a middle lane. I don't know whether or not the Tesla takes advantage of middle lanes. So when it goes to go, I'm gonna let it. And I plan to only intervene if I have to at the last second, but I'm curious to see kind of what it does here. Pretty heavy traffic. Like I said, it's usually heavy enough and painful enough getting out of here that I don't even usually come to this AWD. All right, so the traffic yielded on the left for me. Tesla's easing out, checking right, and we're clear. So it's going to take it. Good job. Perfectly happy with that scenario. And I'm glad I didn't have to think about it. That's the beautiful part about it. So it looks like we've got a 24-minute drive ahead of us, even though it's only 11 miles. So maybe some heavy traffic up ahead here. Other than that, though, it's smooth sailing. It's a straight shot. No crazy winding turns or anything like that. Just traffic on 380 in North Texas. Pretty aggressive stop, more aggressive than usual. Only because it's more than usual. It really wasn't. It wasn't bad. The Tesla Model X is such a relaxing car. I bought pillows. One for the driver's seat, one for the passenger seat. The cream color matches the interior, so that's a fun thing. I haven't used it yet, but pillows. It's like flying in a G6. Yeah. We've got these pockets of traffic here, which is slowing us down. But that's the other great thing about FSD. It doesn't traffic doesn't affect me the way that it used to. You stop and go because the car just handles it. Might be a good time to try out my handy dandy pillow here. Whoops. Oh yeah. Yeah, that's cozy. I'm not upset about that. It's quite nice. That is a big cow. That's a big bull. Wow. It's a big bull. I can hear a little rattle from time to time coming from the back end of the car. I am going to schedule a service appointment with Tesla. So there's that. And I noticed there's nothing seems off or wrong or weird. Everything's working fine, but there's some rubbing on the door jamb on the driver's side Falcon wing door. So I want them to take a look at that and make sure everything's good there. It doesn't hurt. It's under warranty, so take it in there and see what those fine folks over at Tesla have to say. Also received a notification today that it'll be installing some software tonight. I don't know which software. Maybe we can take a quick peek here. Software. Version 12, 2025.8.4. And I'll read the release notes another time. Maybe some minor updates. Minor updates. 2.8. Camera visibility detection. Minor fixes. This release contains minor fixes and improvements. Very helpful. Very, very helpful. Thank you for that. If you are into bass, you'll get some of that courtesy of the car next to us. That reminds me. So the other day, I've never done the light show on the car. And I thought, let's do the light show on the car. So I pulled it out in the driveway. It was like 9:30 at night. And anyway, so I started the light show, got out of the car, walked around. I invited a neighbor over, and it was extremely loud. Extremely loud. Like 3 neighbors came out. I didn't know how to shut it off. I opened the door and it shut it off eventually, but it was quite intense. I'm actually looking forward to trying it out in an environment that's not so disturbing to my neighbors. And I'll make a video of it too, because it's one of those insanely unnecessary but insanely cool things. And speaking of insanely unnecessary and insanely cool things, I discovered some additional things about my Tesla today, like I can talk to people outside of the car. There's a megaphone option on here. I can change the horn to a fart sound. Also, the car farts. In fact, I could potentially demonstrate that right now. Not there. Toybox. See how much there it is. Fart on demand. We'll do that. And if we push this button here, you'll get some farting. So if you're into farts, if you think farts are funny, you got to get a Tesla because, well, it's the only car that I know of that farts. You can set it to fart on the turn signal. You can set it to fart on contact, so if somebody sits in it, you can change where it farts from. So there's that. I don't even know what to say about that. But the car farts. It'll also fart outside, so you can broadcast the fart sound externally by clicking the horn. It's a lot of really fun, stupid, unnecessary, insanely cool things. It's the best vehicle on the planet. Like it does a car thing, which is you can drive it around. That's what cars do. So check. And then just everything beyond that. It drives itself, it farts, there's a romance mode, it does light shows, Megaphone. It's unbelievable. Like, honestly can't believe it's taken me this long to get one. It's the by far the coolest thing I have ever purchased across all categories. It has a romance mode. Like, you could just go pick up your girl and sit by the fireplace in the comfort of your Tesla. Especially the Model X with the like the panoramic view up here in the front. Imagine like a thunderstorm in the evening, and you've got the fireplace and the girl. Cruising right along, 61 and a 50. I really do love the assertiveness of this car. I feel like if it had a mission statement, the mission statement would be to get my occupants to their destination as fast and safe as possible. Like that just feels like this car's mission. As fast, as safe, and as comfortably as possible. And it does that every single time, except when it misses an exit, which is done twice now. All right, so we're in standard mode so far, choosing to stay in the middle lane, which I think is correct. We're a good click above the posted speed limit, 64 miles per hour, but that is with the flow of traffic. And in other news, I'm happy to report that the Insta360 Ace Pro 2 is performing quite nicely. We ran it all the way to the Dealey Plaza Museum, which was just over an hour of recording with the battery in it, no external power source. And while the camera was hot to the touch, it never shut down. It stayed on the entire time, which I think is fantastic. Me personally, I don't have a need to shoot for more than an hour at a time. I don't even like shooting for an hour, but that was a good long trip with a lot of, inner city kind of roads, urban, rural, and so that's a good video. And I don't think anybody's going to sit there and watch it for an hour, but you can hop around and go to the areas that are interesting. I think the pillow is more for long rides. And you want to recline just a little bit. It's not to nap. Don't sleep. Don't sleep while you're being driven around by your Tesla. But if you want to recline a little bit, stretch out, a little neck support there with the pillow, why not? I don't see why not. Yes, yes, yes. Oh, all right. So we're gonna do a little lane change here, even though our destination is 1 mile ahead up on the left. There's nobody behind us. And I don't think we're gonna pass them in the front. Yeah. In any case, I'm fine with it. Doesn't cost anything to change a lane, you know what I'm saying? All right. I hope you're not trying. So we're going to have to take it here. It's trying to turn, but there's no turn. I'll turn that off. So that's an intervention. Outdated map data, perhaps. That did used to be open. It did not used to be covered like that. So for whatever reason, the Tesla thought it could make the turn there. And it would have eventually figured it out, but the speed limit's 50, and there was traffic coming up behind me. So I just took it. And we'll come down here. I put it back in full self-driving. We'll let the Tesla do the U-turn and take us back around. That's interesting. So sometimes, like when it gets confused, it's usually because of outdated map data, right? There's no turn lane there. So I wonder if it'll do a U-turn here. Like, I don't know that I would. I don't see anything that says no U-turn. In fact, if there's traffic coming, I won't let it. I'll just go down to the next light. I don't know. It's a one-way street. I don't see any no U-turn signs posted. But I'll let it do it if there's no oncoming traffic and it's safe to execute, which I think it will be. It'll be interesting to see what it does. It's gonna go. It is gonna try to do the U-turn, and we're gonna do it. We're gonna let it do it. Forget about it, and we'll go. Cut that pretty tight, which is fine, and then we'll quickly get over into the right-hand lane here. So I have no idea. If anybody's watching that knows about the law, I don't know if that's a legal U-turn there or not. All right, so we have arrived here at our destination. Not sure where I'm gonna park. Let's see what we've got going on over here. So we have arrived. I'm gonna go in here and let them take a look at this little rock chip I've got going on here. We'll count that as an intervention, even though I blame bad map data for it. Did a U-turn? Don't know if it was legal or not. I think I'll look that up when I get back to the office. And there's nowhere to park. Like a lot of people, I guess, just need glass repair today. All right, well, that's it. That's going to conclude our drive. Thanks so much for tuning in. I hope you have a great day. We'll catch you next time.